It's Cherise Marie, your Pinterest priestess. Hello. And this week, I want to talk to you about why Pinterest is the best way to 10x your traffic. And a number one hack, I know I have a lot of them, but this week's hack on how to actually do that. So let's dive in. So Pinterest, fantastic. What is it though? It is a visual search engine. It is not social media. It is not Facebook. It is not Instagram. It is not YouTube. It is not Twitter. It is not LinkedIn. It is closer to Google than anything else. And it is the number 2 search engine in the world. Number 2. After Google combined with YouTube comes Pinterest. And I consider Google and YouTube to be one and the same because they are both owned by Alphabet Corporation, which is Google. So it's really important that you be on Pinterest if you want to be searched. Now, as well, Pinterest is also being picked up more and more and more by Google in the images for search results. So how do you harness this fantastic beast? Because you've probably played around a little bit with Pinterest and you kind of suck at it, right? So this week's hack is all about making sure that your pins are dialed up to 11 so that people get it. They know what your thing is about, they want it, and they know that it's yours. So let's talk about that briefly, okay? So when it comes to pins, your competition, they're doing pretty pins, they're doing plain pins, they might be doing lots of words, they might be doing really shouty pins, I don't know, they're probably doing some kind of pins, okay? The important thing when it comes to pins is, number one, you want it to be pretty, but you also want it to be eye-catching. There is a bit of an art and a science to making your pin, both your pictures on your pin, both pretty and eye-catching. So you want to use good quality pictures. You want to make sure that those pins are a 2 to 3 or a 2 to 4 so that they are skinnier than they are long. I'll get the words right. I'll spit those words out eventually. Skinnier than they are long. And you want to go through your feed and look for your competition's pins and see what the top 10 pins are. What do they look like? What do they feel like? What do the graphics look like? What kind of fonts are they using? What kind of color scheme are they going with? And then I want you to look for the very first pin that actually catches your eye in the feed. And I want you to do a mashup of the two things, okay? So I want you to use the top 10 pins, inspiration, and the first one that catches your eye as inspiration. Make your pin based on that a little bit. Then I want you from there to make sure that you're branding your pin. Now my pins all have hashtag sherissepins or sherissemarie.com on them. My cat is jumping on the table, so I apologize. I am going to bounce for a little bit here. I tried. So brand your pins. Either you have a logo, or you have where they can find you, or you have your brand hashtag on there. Make sure that everyone who sees your pins recognizes it right away because it is identifiable as yours. She's going to bounce this table. I apologize. Now, once you've got a pretty picture and you've branded it, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to have no more than 2 fonts on that pin. 2 fonts. You cannot have more than 2. You are allowed 2 fonts. I'm being bossy. 2 fonts and no more than 10 words. Now, the only exception to that is an infographic, and in an infographic, I want you to have no more than 100 words total. So clear, concise, to the point, use arrows, use fun things, because very rarely is your competition doing that. So the more that you stand out in a good way, the better your conversions will be. The more people will actually click on your thing. You want it to be a bold headline. You want it to tell people what they can get by clicking. You want it to be pretty so that people want to save it in their feed. And you want it to be branded so people know, just from looking at the pin, whose pin it actually is. That's all I got for you guys this week. However, don't run away, because I do have some big news that I am announcing. I am running, starting on August 5th, so Wednesday next week, I am running a 10-person, a very small Pinterest quick start boot camp, let's call it that. It's a Pinterest mastery group program where you are going to spend 6 weeks with me, and you are going to get your Pinterest account from zero to hero, including all of the strategy that you need to know. We're going to talk about what kinds of freebies you should be using. We're going to talk about what your keywords and your hashtags should be. I'll spit the word out eventually. Keywords and hashtags. We're going to talk about how to actually create pins in your niche that will work for you, how to create board covers for your boards, how to do board descriptions and your bio description, and all the things that we need to have in place in order to create a really, really amazing first impression that makes people want to click. And then we're going to talk about, once we get all that in place, then we're going to talk about doing Pinterest pixels and rich pins. And we're going to talk about what your analytics, what should you actually be looking for instead of just looking for whatever, because looking at all the vanity metrics really does not do a darn thing to actually create the traffic and the conversions that you're looking for. And then there's some special bonuses attached with that as well, which I'm very, very excited about. So if you want in, or if you want to learn more about it, click the link below. It's fantastic. If I can figure it out, I'll put the link across the bottom of the screen here. Oh my goodness, I'm becoming a real professional at this, I tell you. I will put the link in the on the bottom here. It is, however, sherissemarie.com/program. Okay. On that note, have a fantastic day wherever you are on this amazing, incredible rock that we call Earth. It is really just the most beautiful thing on Earth, isn't it? Well, the most beautiful thing in the universe, this Earth, because we're here. And yeah, that's pretty special. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.